So what is the other stories that you're spotlighting through the first, or trends through the first month plus of the NBA season?
Impressed with the Lakers, honestly.
You saw him last night.
I saw him last
despite
night.
The loss.
I saw him last night. Spent most of my pregame talking to Lakers and Magic coaches about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Like, that was my entire pregame. Like,
look what just happened here in this conversation.
There's one Laker. I'll call him an official on this one. I call him a Laker official who I saved from making what would have been a really bad bet on Mike Tyson. He was all in on betting Mike Tyson. I saved him before the fight by saying the same things I was saying to you. I'm impressed by how, like, I was a JJ Redick skeptic coming in. Like, he was almost too polished, too choreographed with everything that was going on. It's really tough to take over an NBA bench, but he's got this team playing the right way, especially offensively.
He strikes me as demanding. You know what I mean? Like,
he's demanding.
You could see when he talks that he a lot of things get him agitated. I think he has a great way of then turning that agitation into terrific communication within the group, within the huddle. Again, I'm not obviously in any of these practices, but I'm also very impressed that he's not like, players coach, just like, let's all go hang out. Like, he's holding people to account.
He is.
You can see.
One thing he said to this group from day one is, we got to be organized. Everyone from the superstars to the 15th man have to know their role, and they have to know what they're doing when they're in games. There was a feeling inside that Laker locker room that last year there wasn't a lot of that. There wasn't a lot of organization, or not enough organization within that team. They've focused on that. And when they are organized, which isn't every game, but when they are organized, they are really, really sharp offensively. That's number one. Number two, Dalton Knecht, right? Dalton Knecht, to me, is further proof that team building isn't as complicated as some people make it out to me. It's hit on your draft picks or don't, right? Like, when you hit on your draft picks, you tend to be really good.
Yeah.
When you don't, you tend to not be really good. The Lakers connect 17th in the draft. That was a risky. There was no guarantee there. He was a very good college player offensively. Serious questions about what he would do defensively. Turns out the offensive positives far outweigh the defensive negatives. That kid is an NBA shooter. And if you can find an NBA shooter, they are incredibly valuable in this league. The flip side of that coin is like the Milwaukee Bucks, who still have great stars, but they haven't drafted well over the last few years. They've missed on some picks over the last few years. Guys that would have helped this team, complement Giannis, Damian Lillard, and Chris Middleton whenever he comes back. So JJ Redick has worked out really well. The Dalton Knecht pick has been a savior for that team. And that's where you got to give Rob Pelinka a ton of credit. This guy has rolled with a lot of punches over the years, like from the Magic Johnson era to the middle parts to now. Questions about whether he deserved to stay in that job. He has done a great job at keeping focused and making sure and building this team the right way.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of people in the organization watched a lot of Tennessee games, though, right, Chris?
Apparently.
LeBron
did.
Yeah.
Sure.
By the way,
sure he did.
Now, I take that gratuitous shot to turn the page to just LeBron in general. That, yes, when you see stuff like, hey, I watched a lot of Tennessee basketball games, and you sit there and it's just like, yes, that's great, but you're not the general manager of this team. And when he says stuff like that, it's kind of like, damn it, man, because I clearly root for this guy. That opens him up to all of those things that he's in control. Everything is done at his behest. And I'm sure that rubs him the wrong way. But comments like that only lend credence to the conversation that causes him to say, I'm getting off of social media, which, by the way, is a great thing. I've done that, by the way, for the last 2 weeks, and it's changed my life, I kind of be honest with you. That's one big, long windup to say he might be playing the best basketball of his entire career right now. And the fact that he's doing this at his advanced age and isn't sitting, he's playing back-to-backs. And not only is he playing back-to-backs, he says, I have an intention to play every damn game this year. And he's making his threes at a wild rate right now. His ability to see the floor is as great as it has ever been. Running the floor. Last night, where he, and again, it isn't a loss. Part of it was because he missed a free throw, and so did others. He comes up with a huge offensive rebound to put them up one, and then a big defensive rebound and a length of the floor toss to Anthony Davis to put them up three, and that, unfortunately, for them wasn't enough. He's playing some of the best basketball he's ever played right now for the Lakers.
He's making even some Lakers personnel that's been around for a long time scratch their head and wonder how he's doing it. Like, to be a month or so shy from your 40th birthday.
Unbelievable.
And to be doing things athletically, just put aside the skill set, which continues to evolve. Like, he's gone from being a, suspect three-point shooter. Maybe he's not a marksman now, but he's getting closer to that side of the scale. But athletically, like, he's making plays that people on the staff are kind of looking at it going, I can't believe he just did that. Like, I don't know 25-year-olds that can do that. And look, I do think, and it's been said before, it's worth repeating, that having his son part of the team has helped. It's given him an energy that has carried over into games. Being around family, getting up, going through the workouts with his kid. When you hit that stage of your career, like, you always need some kind of turbo boost, need some kind of jet fuel to keep you going. Yeah. Bronny James, I believe, has been that propellant for LeBron James, which makes the decision to draft him, regardless of what Bronny does.
Genius.
All the narrative around, should he be traveling? And so who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? Who gives a damn?
Exactly.
Like,
that's
granted, in 5 years, Bronny's going to want his own career. He's going to want to figure out his own thing. I get that. But for right now, it's in the best interest of the Lakers to keep Bronny James close, to keep LeBron as engaged as he's been all season long.
And you use a 55th overall pick in the draft. Like, if you just said we could choose somebody 55th overall that inspires LeBron, keeps him fresh, and you'd say absolutely do it. And then when you find out it's his son, and you're like, well, I mean, the other thing.
Just to put a button on the Dalton Knecht stuff, like, LeBron, look, he does have power. He's had power in every organization that he's been to. Remember, he was the one. Remember when Shabazz Napier was his pick for Miami?
Yeah.
Like, he was on social media calling for that. He was, a driving force in pushing the Russell Westbrook deal at the time, which didn't work out for the Lakers because of what they had to give up. So he's had some hits. If he says he loved Dalton Knecht, we'll take him at his word. But he's also had some misses there too. Like, he's pushed them in the wrong direction as well. That's why it's important for a front office, always take the input of your stars. Every team in every sport takes the input of their stars, but ultimately choose who you like the best.
But it doesn't matter if he's playing the way that he's playing right now and making everyone around him better. I mean, I am sure. I mean, I'm not a tape head, but the number of three-point shots that Knecht is putting up in rhythm has a lot to do with LeBron finding him where he's finding him on the floor. I am sure of it. And he might be open because LeBron is hitting damn near half his threes right now.
Look, I mean,
so there is a halo effect from all of it. And the whole business of Bronny being, a nepotism pick, getting a job due to nepotism. This is Los Angeles, California. It happens literally. It happened 2 seconds ago, and it just happened again at the end of my phrase.
It happened in Milwaukee for 5 years with Mannis out there. Like, it happens in sports. It happens more so.
But do they not care about Bronny's development?
I mean, of course they care, but it's not an insult to Bronny to suggest there's probably a ceiling to that development, right? Like, there's only so much you can do with the physical tools that you have. You're a 6'1" combo guard. Like, you can count on a couple of fingers the number of guys in today's NBA that have made it playing at that level. What he's there for now is to keep LeBron completely engaged. And look, Dalton Knecht, one of the reasons to draft him is you look historically, like, guys that can shoot the basketball succeed wildly playing with LeBron James. Like, how many millions of dollars did Kyle Korver make in the back end of his career playing with LeBron James? Like, if you can shoot the basketball, LeBron, who is a pass-first player by nature, is going to find you. I think Dalton Knecht, as long as he can continue to grow defensively, that's probably my biggest concern, because when you get up against Oklahoma City, I think they'll see Denver on Saturday. You get up against these teams, you got to be able to defend at a high level. He's not there yet, but he's so good offensively that he has earned these minutes in that rotation.
Certainly in May and June, which is when the Lakers want to play. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.